Have a slide, please. This is my grandmother in 1942, enjoying Zilker Park with her friends. First, I'd like to invite transparency in this process by asking Nina Renaldi, who has just exited, to recuse herself from voting on this proposal due to conflicting interests as the board chair of Austin Outside. The one goal of commerce, unending growth at any cost, is directly at odds with the goals of the commons, the people, which includes stability and the freedom to live in peace. Zilker Park, land that is sacred to Indigenous peoples and to the residents of Austin, past and present, is not a pawn to be bargained with. It's a treasure that we have inherited from the earth and from future generations who have stewarded it, and we must protect it. The ironically named vision plan that has been forwarded lacks any sense of true vision. The nonprofit wolf in sheep's clothing wants to see the funneling of vast public wealth into private coffers. Enriching a few by exploiting the wealth of the many is the antithesis of a long-term vision.
I'd like us to read it, but I also would like to make a motion that Board Member Renaldi recuse herself from this vote because she sent us a letter today as the board chair of Austin Outdoors and supporting this vision plan before she even heard the public speak tonight. So I'd like her, and there's also on page 210 of the vision plan, Austin Outdoors. I'll read it to you real quickly. Says, work with the broader parks, open space, environmental coalition known as Austin Outside, not Outdoors, excuse me, to campaign for public funds, bonds, elections, annual budget increases, allocation of previously approved bond funds for capital improvements, restoration and expanded operations and maintenance for Zilker and the entire Austin Parks and Recreation System. Austin City Code says that you cannot, as a board member, sitting on a board and commission, vote as something directs you, impacts you, even if you're sitting on an organization is directly impacted. And she sits as the board chair for Austin.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Taylor.
Outside.
At this time, there's a motion by Board Member Taylor to recuse Board Member Renaldi. Is there a second on this motion? There's a second from Board Member Holly Reed.
Do you want to have a discussion about it? Nina, would you like to say something?
Sure. Board Member Taylor, thank you for your attention to the ethics of this situation. I have reviewed the city recusal requirements, and as best I understand, they do not apply to me in this situation because I do not have a financial interest in this organization or in the outcome of this vote that we're taking, and neither does the organization Austin Outside. I'm also not the board chair of Austin Outside, for what it's worth, just a factual correction to that. Yeah,
She's on the board.
but that is, respectfully.
The letter says the letter you said to us today says that you're the board chair. That's why I just figured that the website was not updated.
I'm not the board chair.
Okay. So the letter that you submitted was incorrect?
Yeah. No.
It's a letter from her that actually Ted Sif sent it.
So
I don't see the point of debating the semantics of what Nina is telling us. She is not the board chair. Perhaps
but she's
the
on the
incorrect
board
or not. Sure, I'm on many boards also that I'm not paid for.
So respectfully, recusal is as a city official. This is a decision that I need to make as a city official based on my best judgment of the recusal requirements. And I have abstained and recused in the past because of certain decisions that the Parks Board has made, just because I felt like it was the right thing to do, given my non-financial interest in matters that we were taking up. And I don't see the conflict of interest or a vested financial decision that means that I need to do it now.
Your board members, I'm going to call the question.
I'd like to read the code because it doesn't say that she has to have a financial interest. And is there a lawyer on staff that can tell us, interpret the code for us?
I'm going to call the question. The question's been called. All those,
Well,
the
it's
motion
part-
on the motion on the
There's
floor
not.
right now
Well, I'm
is,
going to read the, well, do you know the ethics code? Do you know the code?
No, but he does know Robert's rules. He called the question.
Then you
we're,
call it.
the question on the motion on the floor is Board Member Taylor's motion to recuse Ms. Board Member Renaldi. All those in favor of the motion to recuse Board Member Renaldi, please raise your hand. All those opposed, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you're against the motion to recuse Board Member Renaldi. All those abstaining? All right, 3-6-1, motion fails. We're back on the motion to recommend that the City of Austin Council support Zilker Metropolitan Park Vision Plan. Any discussion?
Look at that. Before I get started real quick, I was wondering if I might be able to ask Ms. Koper what her day job is.
Sorry about that. New here. I am COO at the Trail Conservancy, previously the Trail Foundation.
Thank you.
Zilker Park is not in our domain.
They are a member of the collective, though, I believe. Next slide, please.